Welcome back to another Minecraft Let's Play. Today we're starting off on an adventure. We're boating around looking for an alley. I want to use these alleys and we're looking for these exactly, these outposts here. Hopefully this one here has an alley, but we'll see. Alright, it looks like this one did not have any alley structures, so we'll have to go find another one. But as I'm running around, first we're going to cut over and show some of the progress that I've made on the home island. And you can see here we're going to start off, we're going to be grassing the entire island. We got a skeleton spawner going underground, so I got a whole lot of bone meal here. I'm just running around, placing the bone meal in some places I want. I'm usually breaking a bunch of the tall grass as I go. I think the tall grass kind of is a little bit too much. So it should look a little more bushy here, but not too overdone. After this, we're going to move on. We're going to turn this little section of the island into a big wheat field. So it actually took longer than I would have thought to till all the crops and place wheat on all of the blocks. But eventually we do get there, and then we're going to go through and bone meal all of this wheat so that it ends up looking nice and nice. We still got some terraforming we need to do. I want to add some more rocks, and a whole lot of things need to be done still, but this is a good start on the island. It makes it look a whole lot better than it used to before. Everything's gonna keep coming together here as we go. Alright, now we're back on our adventure here looking for the allays. I'm just gonna cut between a couple of clips here showing different things I found during the journey, and hopefully we get to the allays at the end. Alright, so first thing is we found this azalea tree, so we're gonna break down and hopefully it leads to one of the living caves. So we make our way down here. We're collecting a couple glowberries, some azalea, some moss, and I found a couple diamonds along the way too. So we'll always be happy taking that. Alright, and then we stumble onto a village here. We're gonna be collecting some hay bales so we can have some extra wheat, and of course we're gonna raid the blacksmith. From there, we stumble upon one of these flower forest biomes, which I was really excited about. I even took a screenshot so that I could have the coords for it. I really want to make sure that I have a good collection of all the flowers so that I can use them in any builds. I made sure to collect mostly the smaller flowers. The tall flowers we can reproduce using bone meal, but the smaller ones I'd have to come adventure back out here to get more. So I prioritized those. And I made sure to get a collection of all of them. The azure bullet or whatever these ones are called, the tall purple ones, a bunch of tulips, and we'll even collect some daisies here at the end. Just made sure to get a variety and get as many as I can so that I can use them for building later on. And then we come to a glacier here. We collect some ice, and then we'll switch over, we'll collect some snow. Just kind of a nice find. I don't know if I'll need these ever, but it's nice to have the blocks. And then I was boating along, we found another mushroom island, and one of those shipwrecks in a glacier, which I thought that alone looked pretty cool. I mean, the shipwrecks are cool, and another mushroom island, not common. But then I turned to the right, and there's another outpost right on the cliff here, which I also thought was just a really cool scene. That cliff looked really nice, and it's kind of cool having that outpost there. And as we make our way up here, there's no alleys. There's not really even any of the targets around or the tents. There's kind of a dud outpost here, but we're still gonna make our way up. We'll claim the chest up top. There's a couple of the pillagers to kill, but I don't know. It is what it is. We'll have to find another one. Hopefully the next one has an ally, but we'll see. And finally, after a while, we come up on another outpost. I'm getting really excited here, walking, making our way up. And yes, this one has allies. It took many outposts that I found. I didn't even record all of them, but we finally got them. So I throw some flowers in their hand, make sure they're following me. I'll get them hooked up on a lead, which was kind of a pain to do. And then we start bringing them back, because I want these allays home so we can start working on that XP farm that we're going to make. Alright, so from here we're going to take a little bit of a pause from the allies to work a little bit more on the terraforming here. I started working on these paths and using these mud blocks to kind of make it all blend together a little bit. So we're going to work on this little patch here. I think we're going to put a little beetroot crop here and maybe some carrot crops here as well. So we're starting here. I want this mud to be trailing the border right around here-ish. I'm going to try and be a little bit shallower here, where over here I had 3 blocks until the wheat. I think we're just going to do 1 or 2 and do a quicker transition so we have more room for the crops. So I think right about here. So I'm initially just placing out these mud blocks, and then we're going to blend using the other dirts we have. The rooted dirt we'll use next. And then we throw in some coarse dirt. I think this should make a nice little transition. Right, let's break these. So this one water is going to keep all of this hydrated. All in here, which covers a nice area. So now we'll count 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll put our next water here. And that should cover the entirety of this area. Now I only have 3 beetroots, so it's going to be a little bit of a process going through bone mealing and replanting here. Alright, so from here we're going to be working on our allays. We got these 2 here, and we're going to be making a little farm just following a little YouTube tutorial. I think we're going to place the farm down here. Now it's a little inconvenient because we're going to be using the silverfish to hurt the allays and make XP. But because we're doing that, we can't have any stone exposed around the farm because then it'll get infested by the silverfish and like it's not good. So we're gonna have to cover up all the stone, make sure none of it's exposed. I think I'll just turn it all into spruce. There we go. Alright, so now we've got the allay in here. We just gotta breed them up, which unfortunately this is the latest I have. Not pleasant, but it is what it is. Alright, so I bred them once. We're gonna have to do that a couple of times while we're building this. I've only got 20 shards, but I can go get some more and breed them up an extra amount. Alright, so farm should be all finished now. The way this is gonna work, we're gonna have to breed up the LAs a whole bunch more until we have hopefully around 64 of them in here. We want to really pack them in. And then what we'll end up doing is we'll put a water bucket here, and these allays will start drowning. Once they're drowning, we can throw a splash infested potion down there, so every time they take damage, they'll make more silverfish, and we'll just sit in here, swing our sword, and that'll hurt all the silverfish that get spawned. So you can see there, they're getting damaged. That, unfortunately, is good for us. It is what it is. But first off, we need to breed these up a whole bunch more, and then it'll actually start to function properly. So we're going to cut to that there. Alright, here we go. We've got all our allays breeded up now. I'm not sure exactly how many are there. If we go into F3, It's either 60 something or it's 118, which are two completely different numbers, but it's one of those two. I'm not sure which one, but needless to say, there's plenty of them in there. What I've decided, so I don't always have to listen to them drowning, is I'll just keep this bucket here, and then I can put the bucket there when I want to use the farm, so I don't have to always be listening to them. But they should be fine down there. The next step is we need to get a brewing stand. I have been to the Nether already quite a bit. I've been using it for traveling, but I haven't actually like gone to another fortress. So I need to go get some blaze rods, some blaze powder, get a brewing stand, and then we can start making all the potions to then finish up this farm here. So that is our next step. We're gonna go do that now. How did that not hit me? Okay, cool. There you go, we got one. I don't think we need that many, but we're definitely going to collect enough that we're not running low anytime soon. Oh, not good, not good, not good. Oh, okay. We're okay. We're okay. Oh, unfortunate. That's okay. We're okay, we're okay. How have we only got one so far? Really? That's not fair. One more. You're gonna. Yay. Okay, let's see. Realistically, that's probably enough for now. I think I'll let them spawn once or twice more. That was kind of close. And once we get those, then we'll probably head back. Because realistically, we don't need too much, just enough to get us started here. That should be good for now. Let's go jump back over. Okay, never mind, never mind. Brief pause. Okay. How do we... Oh my gosh, there's more. Okay. We've got a bunch now. Let's get back home. We'll put these blaze rods into a brewer, and we'll start making some potions. Oh no. Okay, now, I'm not exactly sure how these brewings work. I have this little guide on the side here, but we're still gonna test it out just to make sure I'm gonna do it correctly. So first, we can waste a blaze powder, it's fine. I think we first do the nether wart. Okay, next, I think we put a stone block in, because that'll make it the silverfish potion. Okay, that looks good. So now, we want it to last a little bit longer, so we'll use the redstone, and we want it to be a splash potion, so we'll use a gunpowder. I don't think the order matters, but we'll do the redstone first. No. Okay. There's no extra time for infested, so maybe just gunpowder. that one works. Alright, perfect. So that's our splash infested. Oh look, we got an achievement for it. And we'll move this down. This is going to go down over here. And I think that's all we should need to get this farm working. So let's try it out. First thing, we'll put the bucket there. The allays will start drowning pretty soon. Once they do, we'll splash, and then we'll sit here and we'll continuously swing our sword. So we'll wait for them to start drowning, then we'll try that out. Alright, so we've got it all running now. The silverfish are being made every time the allays take damage. We sit here. We'll mend up our shovel next. Sit here, swing our sword. And all the silverfish die out. You can see over here. We're just getting a constant flow of XP. And we can mend up all of our tools nice and easy. Really cheap, really easy to make XP farm. It's a cool new tech. Alright, so we're just finishing that one potion, collecting up the last of that XP. Actually, I'll go down here to get it all. We'll let this absorb up, but we got a ton of levels from that. Over 30 levels, I think. And we mended up all our tools, and I'm still collecting the XP. So, for as cheap as this farm is, and how easy it is to make, I think it's definitely worth the time. Yep, we're going to be cutting over. We're going to be working on a nice terraformed tree they'll put probably up on the hill over there, or maybe over there, I'm not sure yet. So let's go ahead and cut over to that. With all that said and done, I think that's going to bring this video to a close. If you liked it at any point, please consider hitting the like button and subscribing to hopefully see more content like this. Regardless, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. I'll see you in the next video where I think we're going to start to gear up a little bit more and hopefully go to kill the Ender Dragon. Once again though, thanks for watching. See you next time.